Welcome back to Universal Guidance. Before we start off your reading, I want to bring up these four main points to help you understand what I'm doing and to prevent from any questions to brew and also to not feeling confused after the reading. So, starting with the titles, as you can tell, I like to say phases of the moons, and that's because I do work with phases of the moons, and I want to sprinkle that on your reading to help you move through life easier. And that's because um unconsciously we are influenced by the moon. So when I'm doing these channelings, not only am I trying to pick up any important messages that you need, but also to take any actions you need um, during those phases to help you in your life. So, on a superficial level, I am telling you what you need for that week, but underneath it all, and in an unseen mystical world, I'm also um, giving you advice on what actions you need to take to fully harness these influences of the moons. So the new moon, the first quarter, the full moon, and the last quarter. And when I'm saying waxing moon, I mean the first quarter, and when I'm saying the waning moon, I'm saying the last quarter. So moving on to the second point, if you're familiar with the Toro deck, you already know what their names are and what their meanings are. However, the deck I'm using, the Enchanted Toru, there are three groups that have different names, but they have the same meanings. However, I like to um, what's it called? I like to use them for other reasons, but right now I'm just going to clarify what these groups are and what they actually mean in the original deck. So we have the princess, the prince, and the hearts. So when I'm saying the hearts, I'm saying the cups. When I'm saying the princess, I'm saying the page. And when I'm saying the prince, I'm saying the knights. And when I'm using the pages or the princess, I am saying I'm saying that you are receiving a certain messages. So pages bring um, messages to you, where the prince or the knights bring telling you what action you need to take. And the hearts are just the cups, and they mean like the original one. Just they bring up, they signify the water element and emotional aspects within you or around you. Um, Going on to the third point, the kings and queens. So when I say kings, I'm saying masculine energy, and when I'm saying queens, I'm saying feminine energy. And what I'm suggesting is for you to be aware of who's giving off these energies. Because one thing you need to know within the spiritual community is that we acknowledge that we have both feminine and masculine energy within us. However, some are more prominent than others. And depending on the situation and environment you're in, we tend to utilize one over the other. So these energies are interchangeable. So it doesn't matter if you're a male or female. If you are a man, you can have feminine energy. And when you're a woman, you can have masculine energy. But like I said, they always change depending on the situation you're in. So when I pull out the card and I say, you know, these energies, I am depicting the energy that these person gives off. So keep that in mind, but also keep aware of them as well. In the fourth point, I want to finally mention, fourth and last point, is the reason why I don't the cards, bef- shuffle the cards in front of you guys before the reading. And the main reason is I am saving myself from the embarrassment of how I look and how I sound when I'm doing these. I've recorded before and I look so silly, and I didn't, yeah, and personally, I find it embarrassing. So, and the reason why I want to bring this up is because within the Toro community, we they have informed a lot of their readers that there are people out there that like to shuffle or pre-shuffle their deck and have things already prearranged just so they can be misled or give off information to manipulate whatever. But that's in very few cases. But overall, other readers, they know what they're doing, and some of them are comfortable with that. Some of them are very quick to pick up their the reading seat that their audience needs. Um, However, I'm not that way. Some take longer, and yeah, and I'm don't want to show you guys that. So yes, so bringing up all the points. Hopefully they're helpful and answer all the questions that you need for your readings, and enjoy. And let's get into it. Welcome, Scorpios, to your new moon reading. This reading are for those who have their sun and ascendant in Scorpio. So the card that came out while shuffling, and I usually don't do this, but it feels like it's an overall reading, overall card for your reading, and it's the Star card. It feels like you have to have faith. Basically, what it's saying, your faith is shaking, and you need to find ways that will help you strengthen that, because good things are coming, good things are healing, our bad times are healing, but you need to have faith because it's coming. So right away we have the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Hearts, Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Magician. So yeah, you got the King and Queen of Swords, someone who has an airy persona, or someone who falls in the sign of Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, both masculine and feminine energy. And it feels like you're trying to create some kind of sense of generosity. You're trying to share with them something. but I feel like they're saying no, and that's where your, I think, faith is kind of shaking, because you're trying to make it happen, but they're like, no. Let's move on. Let's see what else we got. We got the Lover's card, the Queen of Hearts, the Princess of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. I feel like these queens are more towards you. So feminine, fiery, and feminine, watery elements. I feel like this is more towards you. So I won't go on and say what signs fall into it. But yeah, you're trying to be this independent, fiery person, someone who has this fiery persona, and you're trying to be independent, and you're trying to sustain it. And with this Lover cards, I feel like you're trying to be more empathetic, or more, what's the word? Nurturing towards some kind of lovers. Doesn't actually have to be mean like a lover. It could be, but depending on your situation and who this resonates with, it could be just some kind of like relationship in general, a general relationship, whether it be friendship, parental, or romantic, or sexual. But and I think it's towards these air signs, and you're trying to be the queen. You're trying to present yourself as this queen of watery element. You know, someone who has water element is very compassionate, very empathetic, very nurturing. They try to understand in an overall sense, in a general sense, or at least that's what this queen is. And but at the same time, you're trying not to let this bottle you down and kind of like stifle you. So you're being this you're trying to be like, you know, a baddie, you know, trying to live independently and just live life. But I feel like because I feel like this, kind of, this Queen of Page, I'm getting kind of like you're trying to get message for a move, you know, and move in the term of like, you're trying to see what's gonna happen, like, are we gonna hang out or not, or are we gonna see each other or not, kind of like that kind of move energy, like what's gonna happen. That card, that energy is in a limbo between you and these air signs, and you're trying to be like understanding and be like, yeah, I get you, I get why you're trying to be this way, but at the same time that's kind of shaking your faith, because you're like, I need to know now. But at the same time, you're trying to be, like I said, like these two, you're trying to live life. You are trying to be present. You're trying to be present. You're living your life. You are just trying to forget about it, not overthink it, not be overwhelmed by the situation. Yeah, you're really not trying to, because you know how it gets. Like, you do not want to be weighed down. by those kind of emotions. But we got the Two of Pentacles, the Sun, the Hermit, the Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so with the Hermit, you're going within yourself and trying to find that joy, that kind of like sense of peace. You're trying to not let this weigh you down. You're not trying to be depressed. It's summertime and you're just trying to enjoy it without them, because as much as you want to be with them and trying to bring them into your life, you're maybe that's what it is. You're being generous with their time, with their space. You know that they need this because apparently that's what you're trying to understand with this Queen of Hearts. You're trying to be an understanding, empathetic person. But yeah, you know within yourself that you got to keep moving and keep living. Yeah, you're trying to be flexible. You're trying to bring things into work, but at the same time, you are not letting this consume you. And it's gonna bring some kind of clarity. You're with all this discipline of making things happen. You see how she's like looking up the sun. She's making all this. Well, I'm not saying this is the sun. It's gonna be, I don't know what that is. It looks like the sun. It's some kind of flower, but she is reaching towards the sun, towards the sky, towards the stars, and you are being very focused. I think that's what it is. You're being very focused on that, and it's gonna bring some kind of clarity. Maybe this clarity is to live your life, to move on, and you have nothing to worry about. You're having a clear mind. It's giving you a clear mind, and you're finally being cut off from all the strings of worriness towards this relationship, towards whatever other thoughts you have towards that these air signs are creating. I'm going to use the Crystal Keeper's Oracle cards to see what other messages it has for you and what other energy you should emulate. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Not gonna like it though. We have Covalite. It's a beautiful card, but it's kind of unsettling just because she's like in the Arctic. It's like cold. She's in the snow, but she has all these beautiful animals playing around her. She has a monkey watching over her. It looks like a friendly monkey. Yeah, I kind of, I don't know, the way I see it is like, let's take your situation, right, from this whole overall reading. Those air signs are creating a cold atmosphere for you. They're, like I said, like you're kind of like giving them their space, but giving them their space is giving you some kind of, is giving you like, it's like they're giving you the cold shoulder, but you're just like, they may have created all the snowy scenery for you, but you are enjoying what they left behind because it's not all that bad. You're seeing all, you're witnessing all this beautiful creation. And I don't know if you can see it, but she looks at peace. Like she looks at peace. And then the monkey in the back is just like, oh. But it's just like, it's there, but let's see what message it has. It's beautiful. I have like this cold feeling towards it, which is good because it's kind of like hot outside. And I know I'm wearing this, but I had nothing else to wear, so yeah. I feel like I have a breathe. Okay, so the key word is shadow. The message is, you are made as a complete person, compressing light and shadow, love and fear. Understanding and accepting all aspects of yourself will allow you to control them rather than have them control you. Leave no corner of your soul unexplored and learn to embrace every piece you discover. To truly grow, you must learn to love not just the good parts of yourself, but also those parts that you perceive to be bad too. It is time to look at your inner self. What are parts of you that you have hidden because you have decided that you are bad and shameful? These are part of you and they can serve you in the same way. Accepting love in these aspects is not to acknowledge that you are a complete human with a full range of emotions and characteristics. Allowing loving these aspects. Once you fully understand their value, you can use them in a balanced manner in your life, feeling equilibrium between yin and yang. There is a time to be gentle and a time to be assertive. Sometimes we must be lighthearted, while other times call for focus. If you repress any aspect of yourself, the universe will challenge you until you embrace it. Once you cherish every aspect of yourself, you become free to experience limitless possibilities and growth and abundance. Yeah, so you may not like how the outcome that these air signs left you, but you need to realize that it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. Like I said, you might have been pushed out in the cold, but you're seeing the beauty of it. Whether it's the beauty within yourself or the beauty of the situation. But yeah, you'll be fine because we got the Sun card. Yeah, and we got the Ace of Swords, so it's giving you a clarity of what this really is all about. All this beauty that you are loving and accepting. So it seems like you're going through something really tough, but you are finally learning how to live with it, and that's beautiful. So thank you, Scorpios, for coming by, and I'll see you next time.